I mean, there's also a teaching about this chakra, also comparing it to the inner temple, to the temple of the Jews. Do you know about that? Or?
Can you? I think I know what you're talking about. I would like you to explain it first.
Yeah, actually, I can't really explain it. Like there are the outer cords, right? From the
You're talking about the
Jewish.
Kadaman?
The Jewish temple.
Yeah, the Kadaman, which is the holy body of God.
Yes, exactly.
I do not have enough wisdom, in my opinion, to be able to talk about this.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's my take.
Yeah, neither do I. That's why I thought maybe you were. Yeah.
The general idea is from esotericism that I studied is every part of the body represents something.
Mm-hmm.
And every part of the body is symbolic, because just as we are in physical, we also are in the mental, emotional, and symbolic or spiritual.
Yes.
And so, the one thing that I know is different body parts, different parts of ourselves represent different aspects of our life, of the general bigger picture, but each part is also part of the whole, right? And so it's all about bringing yourself into unity. This is the part of mysticism, right? You unite your will with the will of God so that I and the Father are one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the moment you are that, well, none of that matters anymore.
That's good, that's good. I mean, another question. This energy healing is only body-wise or also mental?
No, it's
only physical.
like depending on the people that I work with, because each person will have vastly different things.
Yeah.
Some people come for me because they want to find purpose. Some people come to me because they want healing. Some people come to me, like one person that I was working with, he had severe mental memory problems. So he was lacking short-term and long-term memory as a result of a very strong abuse of drugs. And so with him it was completely different, because his physical body was completely destroyed, but his mental body was completely gone. Like he would say 5 minutes before the sessions, yes, I will be there. And then 5 minutes later I call him, he doesn't pick up. And then 4 hours later he writes a message, sorry, I forgot, and I went out for a walk. You know, and so the first half a year of working with him was really good lesson of humbleness and patience for me, because he could not show, we would do the sessions when he would appear, basically, but he could even sometimes midway through the session forget that he's in the session. That's how severe it was. But now he's working, he has his memory long-term, short-term. He can tell me what I was telling him half a year ago, which I sometimes become impressed myself. I can't remember. So it's amazing in this regard that because it's energy, everything is energy, we work on every level, and as I said, we work with holistic approach, and so I do not skip over any area of life. I look at the physical, I look at the mental, I look at the emotional, and of course the spiritual as well. I do not delve into spirits and different things like this. This is not my thing. I keep away from that as much as I possibly can, even though I was trained to be an exorcist. But I stay away from that as much as possible, because any person that has any experience would know it's not nice.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I work with all the levels that are necessary to work with. And the energy guides me. God guides me, and I just surrender fully to that, and God just tells me, now you say this, now you say this, now you work on this, now you work on that. And I have sessions, even these days, like within the last 5 days, where I was doing an energy healing session, and after the session, I had nothing to tell because nothing came to me. And I just told that person, I was like, well, this time I didn't see anything. Because nothing was revealed to me, and so I have nothing to tell you. And they'd be like, oh, well, this is what it is. I'm not going to make things up to make you feel better, you know? Yeah. But I just go with the light, and I go perfectly in accordance with the will of God. And if something is this way, it is this way, and it's not going to be any other way, because I really like the Muslim idea that you should fear the Lord. And what I understand by that is, no matter what the world may do to you, if you do not go in accordance with God, you're going to suffer a lot worse.
Yeah.
Because when you're in unison with God, you're blissful. And the body, yes, it's the body. The body may experience different things, but if you're going in alignment with God, God goes before you, He prepares the way, and it's amazing. But if you worry about what another person may say, if you worry about what another person may do to you, that means you're afraid of the world.
Yeah.
Then you don't act in alignment with God anymore.
Yes.
Because God tells you turn right, Google Maps are telling you turn left. Who do you listen?
Yes.
I had that experience when I did my pilgrimage in Spain. In the first day, I was using only my phone to go everywhere. And God was like, turn right. And the Google Maps was saying turn left. You know what happened? After 2 hours, I lost my phone.
Wow.
Yeah, I was learning to trust. I was learning to have faith in the Lord. And as a result, now, if God says right, I turn right. I bought one-way tickets to other side of the world without money, without anything, and God was like, just go. I just went, and everything was there. I'm here with you right now.
Yeah.
I didn't have any plan for Sri Lanka. Nothing, and here we are, sitting here creating videos, right?
It's amazing.
Because God goes, He prepares the way. And as long as I show up, this is the important part, the attitude is where it goes into it. You show up. The moment you show up, opportunities are there waiting for you because God already prepared the way for you. But the moment you worried, oh, but what if I talk to him and I'm not, I said something not nice, or what if he disagrees with me, or what if he says something bad to me, or if I do this or do that. You play all these games, you become afraid of the world instead of being afraid of the Lord.
Yes.
That's how I see it. I don't mean, yes, you should be afraid that, oh my God, this is God. But you should be afraid from the standpoint that if you're willing to commit to a relationship with God, you always put God first.
Yes.
That's what it means to fear something in my eyes. That whatever you fear, you're always going to put first. Because if you're walking in the jungle and you see a snake, you fear a snake. And the moment you see a snake, you're going to freeze and you're going to put your entire attention upon the snake. And the snake becomes your number one priority at that point, at least from the human perspective. Right? And so you give it the most important there is. And if somebody behind you asks you for water, you're not going to care about that. And if somebody says, oh, you're not nice because you're not giving me water, you said, there is something much more important than the water, trust me. And this is what happens exactly with the Lord. When God tells us to turn right, turn left, to speak to somebody, that is exactly the thing that we should be doing, because that is the more important thing. This is why, in my eyes, when we're saying the prayer, in English it would be something like Our Father in Heaven, you know exactly. And it's like, first we give praise to the Lord, then we carry out the will of the Lord, and then we say, give us our daily bread. And so these are exactly step-by-step process of how you should cultivate your life, how you should conduct yourself in order to be happy. And so first, happiness. Give praise to the Lord. You're alive. Amazing, right? You have a body. Be happy about that. Second, you carry out the will, so that God always tells you what to do. When you're in connection with God, God will give you, God will tell you, go here, do this. But once that is done, you'll be very surprised. There's a lot of downtime where you can do whatever you want, right? And so this is give us our daily bread, because God knows you need to eat. God knows you need to have clothes. God knows you need shelter. And so He gives you all of that. But that comes after you fulfill the will of the Lord, not before. Because if you receive it before, you just get comfortable and you lay on the sofa all the time.
Yeah, but also fulfilling the will without having the bread. Right? Doing step 2, praising Him without having the bread.
Yeah.
Without worrying about that. Right?
Yeah, because paradoxically, the moment you fully cultivate or fully dedicate yourself to the praise, you're vibrating on such a high level, you're so happy, you're so grateful, you're so blissful, like devotional yoga, right?
Yeah.
That it comes on its own.
Yeah, of course.
Because opportunities are literally attracted to you. Because you're such an amazing person, you're full of light, happiness, and everybody will flock to you. And they're going to be like, what you do? Who are you?
Yeah.
I want to know more about you.
Exactly.
And you're like, I'm just me.
I'm just here.
But
just enjoying.
because you're choosing to focus upon God. And so, in the ideas of manifestation, anything that you choose to focus upon, you're going to get. Because your focus, your concentration is energy. And so where you set the energy, that's where the energy that's what is going to manifest.
Yeah.
Where you put your attention, that's where the energy flows. And as a result, the moment you put your attention on something, that thing starts to expand. But you move yourself closer to it. Because if you're in the ideas of wanting, for example, you want something, you focus upon that, so you're sending energy to it.
Yes.
So you move yourself closer to it. And it's exactly the same idea here. The moment we focus our idea upon God, we focus our attention upon God, we move ourselves closer and closer and closer to God.
That's right. Yes, yeah, that's it. I mean, what you said before about the fear of man, the fear of people, I wasn't even able, I grew up very lonely and I wasn't even able to talk to people freely, and I experienced that people didn't even let me finish my sentence. So I was always trying to talk fast, and as a result stuttering, and as a result not even being able to put a normal sentence together because of all of that. So also saying my opinion on things and everything, I never learned, and I was never able to do this. And as you can see me now and know me now, this is a total different person as before. And even today, like you said, I'm even today a bit struggling with, like you said, if I don't have a revelation of something for someone in an important moment, let's put it like this, like feeling like, no, I should have one, right? What you said before, even a bit struggling with that, but I learned and I grew into this really, really much, and now I can talk to people, even pause. Now I'm a school teacher, right? And if you would have told me like 10 years ago, or I don't know, 15 years ago, you will become a school teacher, I would have laughed at you because I can't even have a normal conversation with one guy. How can I stand in front of 20 people, right? Yeah, and I think this is also a very big thing in the world, right?
One thing that you reminded me of is to slow down.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to really get excited about all these topics. And the moment I do, I heighten my voice and I speak very fast. Because it's the next one.
Yeah, me too.
You reminded me to take a breath and to just let it go.
Yeah, me too.